Yeah, we got it all today. Yeah, had a little smoky skies. Now we got clear skies. Rain for 45 minutes, so it was good. We got all kinds of weather.
How have the guys responded this week in practice, offensively and defensively? Would you say?
It's been a good week. You know, it's been another good week. Like I always say, I guess I sound like a broken record, but these kids, they love the game of football and they're excited to prepare to play another football game.
Yesterday, Coach Clune said that he really thinks this is the week that the defense is going to really make it snap and put it all together. Why is that the case?
First of all, I hope he's right. That'd be great. That would be a good thing. You know, I think these kids understand that there's some little tweaks and changes and just a few more things they need to do, and they'll become a much better defense. It means a lot to them. They're preparing the right way to do it, and they seem to have good energy and excitement, and they're very excited to learn. So we're working our tails off to make them better. I hope it pays off for them on Saturday also.
How big a loss was it during the game last week to have Manasseh out for a couple series, and what did guys that got on the field learn from that?
Well, it was big, you know, not having Titus was big too. Those are two seniors that are in there. There's not a lot of seniors playing over there on that defense, but I thought the guys picked it up. Those inside backers, they need to understand that when they lose their leader, the inside linebacker core, the next guy has to pick it up in that situation. I think we learned a good lesson of how valuable it is for communication, understanding where I am, understanding I might be the next man up, and you know my right-hand man might not be there with me at the next snap, and he can't help me in the games on the sidelines. It's like I tell him all the time, there's not a lot I can do on the sidelines during a game. I can help you in between series, but when you're out there, you guys got to be able to communicate. So I think some of those young linebackers, you know, learned a little bit from that, and understanding that they need to be prepared to take care of themselves.
There were a few series too where Brandon wasn't out there. I know he had a tough initial series. How did he bounce back quickly this week?
Brandon's good. You know, there's always kids that are pushing to get on the field. Brandon's pushing to get on the field. It's nice to have the ability to get a little bit of a rotation back there, but Brandon's a competitor. I promise you, one young man, he does not want to give up any plays ever, and it's hard when those situations hit in those scenarios, but he bounced back very well. He came back and played good in that game, and we expect him to play good this week. So you know, those are growing moments, growing opportunities. It's adversity struck on him, and he had to fight back, and I felt like he handled it.
You saw Coach Clune, I think, went up to the press box last week for the first time. Is that a switch that had been discussed before, and what do you think worked more about that move?
Yeah, I thought it was just, you know, sometimes as a coordinator, it's good to get up there and, you know, be able to clear your mind a little bit. So, you know, I talked to Kevin and told him I wanted to get him up there in the box, and also bring Corey down and put rushing up top. I thought those were positive, and we'll continue down those roads as we go forward.
Coach, as you just kind of following up with that, have you had in your experience defensive coordinators up in the box, on the field? Is there a way you prefer, and what can maybe Coach Clune see about his defense being up top as opposed to on the sideline?
Well, I think, you know, there's some guys like to be up, some guys like to be down. I did it both as a coordinator, and you know, there's different strokes for different folks. I just think with this team, with this defense, it's good to get his set of coordinator eyes up there where he may be able to see something that he couldn't see on the field. We have the ability to still manage the game down on the sidelines with the coaches that are down there. He can still get his kids on the phones and handle it. So, you know, it's a good spot. I think it's the best thing for us right now. And again, you're always trying to adjust to your team, the year that you're in, and right now we're in this year, and I think that's the best situation for us.
Could it be big to have Coach Hall's energy on the sideline during games now?
Yeah, he's got juice. There's no doubt about it. And, I think that's it's always a positive to have the energy down the sidelines. And you know, Corey does a great job if he's up or if he's down. But his energy on the sidelines is a good thing.
Is he probably the most energetic coach? He seems like a guy that's always running up and down sidelines whenever he gets a chance,
yeah,
even in practice.
I think he just likes to prove he's still fast. So make sure the kids know that he can still get out there and move around a little bit. But you know, he loves to be around those kids. He's a tremendous teacher, and you know, he teaches on the move without a doubt. And there's different styles. That style for him seems to work very well.
You alluded to Richardson, the defensive tackle at Minnesota.
Yeah.
What do you like about him, or that you've seen on film to this point?
Well, what's not to like? You know, I would say first thing that jumps out is just his overall toughness over the years that I've had an opportunity to coach against him. You know, he's physical, he's smart, he's a dominant defensive lineman in all the ways, in my opinion. And he's going to raise havoc. There's not, okay, well, we can equalize this guy. He's going to raise havoc at a football game, and he prides himself on it, and he's done it for a long, long time, no matter who he's playing. I don't care if we were at Wisconsin or if we're here, or if he's playing Penn State or Michigan or whoever it is. That kid is a handful for anybody to handle, and plays the game of football the way I'd love to see a kid play. So, you know, I don't know him personally, obviously, but I have much respect for that kid.
Can you talk a little bit about Minnesota's running backs, just that 1-2 punch, and what you've been able to see from them on tape, and the fact you guys only faced one of them last year? What can you do this year to kind of slow them both down?
Yeah, well, they're both very good backs. I've said that all week long, and again, I would say they play the game the right way. And they're going to be physical. They're tough. If there's extra yards, they're going to find that crease in the line of scrimmage, wherever it may be. I think they have tremendous vision, and they're going to get up and keep on rolling if it doesn't go their way on one snap, and they both can catch the ball very well. They're not afraid to stick their nose in there and protect, so they're very experienced Big Ten backs. They've been in a lot of those battles through over the years, and they're what I would say great backs in my opinion, both of them. When you have them both, you have a heck of a 1-2 punch.
Coach Clune talked about your defense finding their identity this week. What do you want your defensive identity to be?
Well, the biggest thing for me is I want to see a defense that flies around, that plays with a lot of energy and excitement, and that can take place if you play hard, which we do play hard. If it means a lot to them, that's the next step, and it means a lot to them. But to be able to fly around, you have to be able to have faith and belief in the guy next to you that he's going to be there to be in the proper fit, the proper situation where he's supposed to be, regardless of the call and the situation, and understand it's not always going to go your way on defense. If every football game was 0-0, there'd be about 5 people come to watch the game because nobody cares about that. So at some point, there's some bad things that are going to happen. So you have to deal with the adversity, and you also have to be able to deal with the good things that come your way. So again, I think we're making strides. I'm excited to see him go out there and play.
A lot of the guys this defensively was saying that playing under the lights and having the new uniforms might bring a little bit of extra juice. Do you think that's something that you'd like to see out there? Or should they bring it without it regardless?
Yeah, I would say this. I think kids should prepare for each game exactly the same. I think we've prepared well. If it brings a little more energy and excitement to them, then I suppose that's a good thing. But a uniform doesn't make the player. We appreciate the uniforms. We appreciate the ability that Nike gives us to be able to have the best of the best. There's no doubt about it. But would you have a little more energy and excitement at home, first game under the lights of the year? That's a possibility too. But I always tell them you need to prepare. It's not the pregame music. It's not where you're playing. It's exciting to always play at home. There's no doubt about that. But you need to prepare yourself to play. If you have to go out and play in the parking lot, then let's go play out there, and you should be prepared to play out there also.
Did you design the uniforms? Have any say in that?
I may have a little say in that, but Nike's way more powerful than I am. So I may say, and what they come back and bring is what I'll say is okay.
Jonathan Willis moving back inside. You seem pretty happy with what he was doing on the outside. Why make that switch? What's the fit for the defense?
Well, I think for Jonathan, he's such a multiple player. He's played inside for us in the past. He's played outside. He's played well at outside. But again, for our team this year in this situation, after 2 games, I think without a doubt it's best for Jonathan to go inside. And he's an amazing kid. He can hop back in there, and he's ready to go accept the scheme. Coach Clune came off us today and said Jonathan has been absolutely fantastic on understanding what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. And again, I don't expect it to be perfect, but Jonathan does, and that's what he wants to be as a great player. So moving inside right now is just the best thing for us as a team.
Do you expect guys like Hugh Wetzel, Shamar Smith to get a greater opportunity?
No doubt. And that's part of that thought process is we feel like we have some other young outside linebackers who are prepared to walk into that moment. And I'm excited to see Shamar get back in there. It'll be great for him to get some reps and key to up his reps. Those 2 kids have been anxious to get in there and go play, and we'll get Anjay on the outside backer position a little bit, and maybe that'll clear his mind and slow down the process of thinking a little bit and let him relax and go play and do the things that he does instinctively.
Is that a full-time switch for Anjay, you think, or is that just kind of temporary and see how it goes?
Today it's full-time, so we'll see. So many things play into that as we go forward, but I would like it to stay that way. But obviously, moving Jonathan up to the outside linebacker, we wanted it to stay that way too at the beginning of camp and through the first couple of games, but that didn't happen. So it's ever-changing, as you guys know as well as I do.
Coach, can you talk about the potential maybe having a bigger crowd this weekend and having just a little bit more energy here in Reser Stadium?
Well, this place is awesome. You guys have been here, most of you, many more times than I have, and I always say it. I've been on both sidelines, and it's an intimidating place to play. I hope we have a bunch of fans here. Our fans are absolutely fantastic and extremely well educated on how to help us, gain an advantage with the crowd when the opportunity presents itself. So these kids are excited. I'm excited. I hope the fans are excited to also come here on the first night game of the year and play a very good team.
Coach Chad mentioned yesterday that Shamar has really jumped off the page to him specifically this week. Is he kind of flying under the radar, you think, compared to other guys?
Well, you know, he was playing really well last year until he had that injury. And for a freshman to come in and do what he did was impressive. Then he had the injury, he battled back off that injury, which was not an easy injury to come back from. And I think he really gained momentum. The leaf in his injury was gone, and that takes some time. And he gets in there, he's become very physical. He's much stronger than he was a year ago. So I'm not surprised by the way he's playing. It sure is a good thing, what he's doing out there, because his care factor is extremely high, and he's a tough physical kid. He's very gifted. We just got to keep him moving along. We good?
Thank you.